Sincerity is a beautiful thing. It is to be comfortable enough with yourself that you feel no need to project irony over your enjoyment of something. Instead, you just be who you really are, your true self. Pecker is, for me, a reminder of this. It is a celebration of sincerity in realizing that art is the world, and the world is art. For those who haven't seen it, it follows a boy named Pecker. Stay with me here. Yeah, I know what you're all thinking. I know what you're all thinking. I just built all this up to tell you about a boy named Pecker. but but stay with me, okay? Pecker is a photographer, and his photos are of people living their natural lives. Everyone in town displays a clear comfort with having their picture taken by him, and in the beginning they are all fine with him displaying said pictures locally. Eventually, by pure happenstance, he is given a display in New York, and fame takes hold. It is around here that you could argue the film perhaps rushes a bit too much in its plot. The jump from Baltimore to New York is very abrupt and sudden, but I kind of like that, personally. To me, that feels accurate to how fame can arrive. Very, well, abrupt. It is often very quick and hard to stomach for independent artists who make it big. This is exactly how it is for Pecker. He makes it big in New York, but the large majority of the scene there seems to not understand his intentions with his pictures. They look at his photos as if his subjects are just sad people, or people to amuse them, when in reality this is not the case. It is only once New York comes to Baltimore that they realize how foolish they've been. They see their own pictures on the walls, and it baffles them because they no longer can ironically enjoy them. The reality hits, and they realize that Pecker's photos just display life. Plain and simple. They feel free to be themselves at last. These photos just show people living life beautifully. Flaws and all. It is those flaws that makes them human, and thus what makes them beautiful. In line with this, there is also the subplot involving Pecker's sister, who has a sugar addiction. Very, very negative sugar addiction, might I add. And she ends up being put on medication that ultimately negatively harms her very clearly. And then she develops a vegetable addiction after this. The way this feeds into the storyline is very interesting to me because Waters seems to... Waters loves these troubled characters and yet can seem to still acknowledge when said things need to change or they're negative in their lives. In this case, the sugar addiction, of course, maybe not being too healthy for the child. I kid you not, in pretty much all of her scenes in the first half of the movie, she is eating something sugary, whether it be a literal bag of sugar or chocolate or I think there's gummies in there. There's all kinds of stuff mixed into there. But yeah, I thought that was interesting the way that feeds in as well. Now, I skipped over some story beats here and there, but it is the fame storyline that I personally found the most interesting anyways. Of course, don't let that distract you from the fact that this is still a John Waters film. It is gloriously vulgar, although not to the level of many of his other films. And it's filled with just amazing soundtrack choices as well. As you can imagine, again, this is Waters we're talking about. The comedy is more in line with the slightly restrained half of his career. that this film came out in, actually, but it is still quite funny. I mean, there's the rats having sex, of course, which is probably the thing that people remember the most from this entire film. For good reason. It's rats having sex. I believe that covers everything pretty well, though. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you whenever I decide to post something else. This is this has just been a bit of an experiment, personally, just to see, uh, well, for one, to see if I can even manage a semi-scripted video like this, with like a point in mind instead of just rambling. Uh, but I have other ideas in mind for this as well. There's a book I'm currently reading that I may make a video on. Not too sure yet. But yeah, I'll see you around. This is Longhorn Snotboy signing off. Bye.